This house looks Mexican, and there's a huge guy in the doorway. I don't know. He seems to be keeping guard, but he looks like a nice guy. I'll go talk to him to see what happens.
Howdy, partner. What brings you to these parts? What do you want from Mama Dorita?
Mama Dorita? No, look, I'm searching for the remains of a Hopi village. I know it was around this area somewhere. By the way, my name is Brian.
An Indian village?
Yeah, Hopi to be exact.
Well, I reckon there's an old ghost town called Douglasville, and now there's a bunch of hippies living there.
No, I've been through there already. Douglasville is not the town I'm looking for. Thanks anyway, though.
Well, pal, I never heard of any other abandoned villages around here.
You think Mama Dorita could help me?
Sorry, but I doubt it. Mama Dorita helps people with other types of problems.
Other types of problems?
Yeah, she's in contact with the other side.
The other side? You mean she talks to dead people?
Yup, she's mastered the arts of voodoo, soothsaying, and Santeria. And she's a healer, too.
I'd love to meet her. Maybe she might know something about the Hopi village.
No way. Mama Dorita doesn't do that kind of thing. Look for a good archaeologist, pal.
Friend,
What's up, kid?
I'd like to see Mama Dorita.
I told you that can't be. She can't help you with your problem, pal. I'm sorry. When you have other troubles, the ones Mama Dorita can fix up, don't you hesitate to come around.
I see you like gum. You're always chewing some.
Oh, that's not gum. It's menthol chewing tobacco. I can't resist it, you know. Helps me pass the time.
What did you do before working for Mama Dorita?
Well, I don't like to think about my past. All I can tell you is that I'm not real proud of some of the things I did. Luckily, Mama Dorita came into my life like a shining light and gave it all new meaning. Now my only mission is to serve Mama Dorita.
Well, I'll just go on my way here.
All right, me too.
It's old, but it seems strong and sturdy. Wonder what that's for. Maybe Mama Dorita has a cat and she puts its food there. I may be needing this. It's made of clay, and it looks handmade by a local craftsman. By the look of that bucket, I'd say it hasn't been used for quite a while. Well, well, isn't that unusual? It's got a hole in the middle, like a donut. Okie dokie. I like it. You'd think it was the work of an artist and not just a rock I happened to find on the ground. Wow! That crater is really big. Jeez! Someone's camping down there, right at the edge of the crater. I'll go down and see who it is. Hello? Hey, friend. Hi.
Yo! Nah! It's impossible! I can't get them to open the door!
Them? Who are they?
Them! You know! Extraterrestrials!
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, who are you and what are you doing here? Are you looking for them, like me?
No, no. My name's Brian, and I'm searching for an old Indian village.
Ryan? You know the meaning of that name?
No, I don't. What is it?
I haven't a clue. But my name is Joshua, and it means liberation. That's something to think about, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's real interesting.
I know. Well, now that I think about it, they must have sent you here to help make my communication machine work.
Really, my friend, no one sent me.
Just because you're not conscious of it doesn't mean they didn't bring you here. Either I'm way off here, or just a few days ago, you never would have imagined you'd be here at the foot of this crater, right?
Well, that is true, but it's all because of...
So, I was right. See? That's how they do things. That's something to think about, isn't it?
You wouldn't know where I can find the remains of that Hopi village I'm looking for, would you?
The Indian village? No, I don't have the slightest clue. But as soon as I communicate telepathically with Trantor, I can ask. These aliens know everything.
So, what brought you here? To this crater, I mean.
This is not just any crater. People just blindly believe whatever those so-called modern scientists tell them. They say that the crater was formed by a crashing meteorite that fell here millions and millions of years ago. That's a bunch of baloney, I say. However, I know the truth. The crater was formed when a Trantorian ship landed here.
You know, about what you told me when I arrived.
Yeah? What?
Forget about it. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
What's that strange device you're wearing on your head?
You mean my telepathic helmet? It's a telepathic empowerment device that multiplies a human being's telepathic abilities 2,000 or 3,000-fold. I use it to communicate with Trantor. You got to be careful. When you wear this, you run the risk of going crazy because a lot of ideas flash through your brain. There are millions of telepathic messages people give off all the time without realizing it. Fortunately, I can clearly distinguish telepathic messages from Trantor and run no risk of losing my marbles.
Well, I'll let you get back to work. We can talk later.
Whenever you want, kid.
I guess this must be the communication machine Joshua spoke about. It's one of those dirt bikes that'll go just about anywhere. It has 7 spotlights in different colors and is connected to the contact machine. This model's a bit outdated. People use those igloo-style tents nowadays. I don't think Joshua would be pleased about me getting into his camping tent. And to tell you the truth, I'd rather not upset such a nutcase. No, I can't take Joshua's motorbike. Oh man, this is the mine that killed Gina. And right when I was starting to... Well, let's not think about that. I've got to concentrate on solving this mystery. I owe it to Gina. If I could move that stone away from the entrance, I might find the Hopi village through the mine. That is one big rock. I can't get it to budge an inch. Gina, wherever you are, I swear I won't rest until I find out why they killed your father, and what the mystery is enshrouding the crucifix that turned out to be an Indian key. I think it's an oil can. A bit heavy, but it may be of some use to me. This must have been a supply wagon, because it has some sort of strap attached to an iron ring at the edge. And there are more similar rings at each end of the wagon on both sides. I bet the strap passed through all of those rings over the goods to keep them from moving around on those dusty, bumpy old roads. It's tied to one of the iron rings. I can't tear it off. Okay, let's make a real Clint Eastwood entrance. Hey, how cool. An automatic door opening system. And they say the Old West was wild and dangerous. Well, well, well. This looks like a botanical garden. Okay. Maybe I'll find something to plant in it. Let's see what I find here. It's a sort of shed stocked with a wide range of gardening tools. Seeds, tools, chemicals, that kind of stuff. Let's see. These pruning shears may be of use. I remember a similar plant from a movie I once saw, and it was carnivorous. Forget that. I don't trust that plant one bit. I'd rather pet the head of a rabid Rottweiler. Needed by all big plant lovers. Now, I'm not saying I don't like plants, but I can't waste any time watering them right now. Hey! Hey, pal.
Hi, who are you?
My name's Brian. Brian Basco.
I'm Kevin, but everyone calls me Saturn. Nice to meet you, BB.
BB?
Those are your initials, right? I could just tell you go by BB right away. It was logical, what with your name.
Well, to tell you the truth, no one's ever caught.
So tell me, BB, you planning on moving to these parts? Have you spoken with Sushi about this? What kind of artist are you?
No, I don't plan on staying. I'm just passing through.
Oh, well, that's something unusual, isn't it? I mean, not many people come around here just for the heck of it.
Well, I'm trying to find the remains of a Hopi village.
The old Indian village? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you have any idea where exactly it might be located?
Actually, I don't, which is odd because I'm quite familiar with the area. I often go out exploring to find raw materials for my inventions, and I've never come across the slightest sign of that Hopi village.
Do you know of anyone who could tell me the story of that village?
Let me think. I don't know. I think Sushi may have some documents from her great-grandfather. They might mention the Hopi village. Of course, Rutger hasn't got a clue, although you never know. And, Mama Dorita could know something.
I haven't met Rutger yet.
Well, he's out of town. He told me he was going on an expedition in search of plants and roots. When you meet him, you'll see what a swell guy he is. He joined up with us to move out here so he could devote himself fully to his great passion, botanical gardening.
That story about Sushi owning Douglasville is true then, huh?
Oh yes, the whole town belonged to her great-grandfather. Then it was passed down from generation to generation until Sushi inherited it from her father. I met Sushi on the internet through a chat room. We got along really well and became friends quite fast. When she proposed the idea of moving away to this town to live at peace with our creative spirits, well, I didn't think twice.
What do you know about Mama Dorita?
Well, I've only seen her on one occasion. I got her to give me an appointment to see if she could do something about my lack of inspiration. It didn't work. According to her, I lacked faith. But really, I didn't think swallowing a live spider bathed in coyote brains was going to solve my problems.
That thing you're working on is totally interesting.
This ensemble? I assure you it's not one of my best works. My inspiration hasn't been up to par lately, you know? I just don't seem to be getting any ideas.
This workshop's impressive. I see that besides an artist, you're quite an inventor.
Yes, I like to think of myself as a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci. I combine art and science in my creations because both combined are my whole raison d'etre.
You see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help,
Hey, those enormous rocks you use for your stone sculptures. How do you manage to bring them here? Do you have some sort of moving crane?
no, it's much simpler than that. I get the help of Oscar, Mama Dorita's disciple. He's amazingly strong and can move stones that weigh hundreds of pounds all by himself. In exchange for helping me with that, I give him menthol chewing tobacco that Rutger whips up for me. That big powerhouse just loves to chew tobacco, you know?
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Pretty big. At least 10 pounds. Let's see how in the world this works. Whoa!
Hey, what have you done? Get your hands off my catapult.
Sorry, I didn't know what it was.
Well, the next time you don't know what something is, don't touch it. You wasted a whole unopened bucket of paint. Damn the day I decided to build that catapult.
Hey, chill out, dude. I won't touch anything else.
I hope not.
It's a sanding block. Kevin must have dropped it. All right, better not leave it lying there. I'm sure Kevin will be grateful if I return it to him. Nice set, yes sirree. I can't think of any tool I might need. The tank is pretty large. It must hold at least 50 gallons. I'd rather ask Saturn whether I can have his water. Hey, Saturn.
What?
You seem...
If it's in my...
Can I take a bit of water from the machine?
Go ahead. You can't say no to giving someone water. Take all you need.
Getting back...
Yes?
I'll let you...
Adieu.
Okay. Ready. It's filled to the brim with water. Ah, yeah. These dried tobacco leaves could really come in handy. Okay, I'll cut right next to the iron ring. That way I'll get most of the whole strap. It must be 6 to 8 yards long. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Okay, I'll empty the oil can into the tank of the locomotive. Now why would I want to staple the belt? I don't see any reason for doing that. I don't know what to... You won't get anywhere doing that. Joshua!
Yes?
So, what brought you here? To this crater, I mean.
This is not just any crater. People just blindly believe whatever those so-called modern scientists tell them. They say that the crater was formed by a crashing meteorite that fell here millions and millions of years ago. That's a bunch of baloney, I say. However, I know the truth. The crater was formed when a Trantorian ship landed here.
Something you said when we first met.
Yeah? What?
What door were you referring to when you said you couldn't get them to open it?
To the dimensional door between Earth and Trantor. That's why they came here that time they landed with their spacecraft. They're setting up dimensional doors on hundreds of planets all over the universe. And the one on Earth is right here. A total trip, huh, dude?
What is the communication machine exactly?
It's all this stuff I have set up on top of the trailer. I built it myself and christened it with the name Communication Machine because I plan on using it to open the dimensional door and come in physical contact with the Trantorian.
Why did you tell me to help you make it run? Is it broken?
Yeah, after getting here and setting everything up, I ran into some bad luck. It had hardly been running for an hour when the machine ran out of energy and stopped working. I took off the plate covering the rotor and checked out the battery that makes it spin, but I can't find what's wrong. The battery looks like it's in one piece. I just don't get it. All I can tell is that if the rotor doesn't spin, it doesn't produce energy. And without any energy, the machine is useless hunk of junk.
How can I help you make the communication machine work?
I'm not sure. The thing is, we need energy for the machine, and the energy is produced when the rotor spins.
What's that panel of spotlights behind there for?
Each spotlight goes with one of the musical notes. When you play the note, the matching spotlight turns on. But the truth is, they don't really do anything. What I mean is, you don't need them to activate the dimensional door. But I saw something like them in a movie, and I thought the communication machine looked much more hip with them.
Okay then, let's move on to a new topic.
What other matters would you like me to enlighten you about?
Forget about it. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Well, I'll let you get back to work. We can talk later.
Whenever you want, kid.
Now, why would I... Yeah, I believe the idea might work, but first I have to find a way to join the ends of the strap. Of course! I can use the stapler to join the ends of the belt together. There we go. I only had 3 staples, but I think it'll hold. Joshua,
Yes?
I came up with an idea to make your communication machine work.
Seriously? That is excellent! Explain it to me, boy.
Look, I thought you could place a strap between the back wheel of the motorcycle and the rotor of your machine. Afterward, we rev up the motorcycle's engine and put it into gear. The wheel will pull on the strap as it spins and...
Oh, yes. I understand now. Great idea, young man. You're not as dumb as you looked after all. Just one thing. Do you have that strap?
I've got it. You'll put it in place, won't you?
Oh, yes. That is right up my alley. Just leave the strap next to the motorcycle, and I'll do it in 5 minutes. The thing is, right when you talked to me, I had just tuned in a telepathic message from Trantor that I simply must decipher before I forget it.
As you wish. But don't take too long. Well, let's hope he can get this show on the road. I'm dying to check whether my idea works. Oh man, I see Joshua hasn't put the strap in place yet. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Joshua,
Yes?
how come you haven't put the strap in place yet?
Look, there is one small problem. Logically, I can't put in the strap without taking apart the motorcycle wheel. And I can't take apart the motorcycle wheel because I need a number 10 wrench, which I don't have.
Oh, brother. Now I get it. I've been such an idiot. I shouldn't have joined the ends of the strap until I put it on the wheel. The bad thing is, I can't cut the strap again and restaple it, since it'd be too short. What's worse, I don't have any staples left. Okay, Joshua, don't worry. I'll get us a number 10 wrench and bring it to you.
Okay, I trust you, sonny boy.
Nice set, yes sirree. Yeah, this is the place to find the wrench Joshua needs. But I don't want to grab anything without asking Saturn beforehand. Hey Saturn,
What?
you see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help.
Could you lend me a number 10 wrench?
Sure. Take it from the set of tools hanging on the wall.
Getting back,
Yes?
I'll let
A deal.
Let's see. Here on the left are the wrenches. Shoot! Just the one I need is missing, the number 10. Hey, Saturn,
What's up now, BB?
the number 10 wrench is missing.
Impossible. It's gotta be... Hey, wait, you're right. I used it before and left it here in my pocket. Here. Kid, your reflexes are shot, you know? Well, don't worry. The wrench must be down there, in the street. You just have to go down and get it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I don't see the wrench anywhere. Ugh, I'm afraid I figured out where it is. It's fallen into that disgusting trough. Okay, who's the sucker that's gonna stick his hand in there? Sorry, but I'll have to find some other way to get that out of there, 'cause I am not sticking my hand in. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll drop the pot on the trough, and with a bit of luck, the wrench will come flying out. I can't tell if it worked from up here. I need to go down and check. Great! There's that dumb wrench. It's finally mine! All clean and ready to take to Joshua. Joshua,
Yes?
I've got the number 10 wrench.
Oh, excellent! Leave it by the strap. I'll take care of it right away. But give me 5 minutes. I was just receiving a telepathic message from Trantor.
Oh, all right, whatever. Okay, let's hope Joshua puts my plan into action. Great, now the strap is on. Joshua,
Yes?
I see you put that strap on. Did you see if the invention works?
Sorry, kid. We're out of luck. The motorcycle doesn't have 1 drop of gas left.
Just what I needed. Wait, let's not get desperate. We can find some gasoline.
That's what I like to see. Initiative. I know you will get it. And with your help, I'll achieve my goal.
Joshua?
Yes?
Well,
Whenever...
if it's gas, I could really use some. Yeah, it might hold gasoline, but I have to beg Saturn for it. Hey, Saturn!
What?
You see, mon ami,
If it's in my...
can I take that?
Yes, it's gasoline, but I'm afraid I can't give it to you. You see, when we came to this town, we agreed on a set of rules. One was that we didn't even want to hear about money. Nobody buys or sells anything here. What we do is use the noble old system of bartering. If you want something of mine, you have to give me something of yours in exchange. If what you want is a loan of something that's not perishable, no problem. We're just as generous as the next guy. But if it's something you can't return because using it means it will disappear, well, in that case, you have to give something in exchange. And I don't think I have to tell you that's the way it'll work with that tank of gasoline.
Okay, I get it. And what might I offer you in exchange for your tank of gas?
Look, one thing has occurred to me. You could give me a piece of art you've made. I love collecting works by other artists, you know. It's quite enriching.
I'll let you.
A deal.
All right. I don't want to give it up, but maybe I can get Saturn to exchange it for the tank of gas. Saturn! Hey, Saturn! I brought you a first-rate work of art. It's a small sculpture I've carved in stone.
What does it portray?
What does it portray? Well, it portrays the fragility of mankind and the savage environment that surrounds us.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a lovely piece, and I hate to lose it, but I'd give it to you in exchange for the tank of gas.
Well, I really understand the concept and all, and I like it, but It seems like an unfinished work, like a diamond in the rough. Work on it a bit more and we'll talk.
Whatever you say. You're the big artist. Shoot, it didn't work. Yeah, if I can polish the stone, then maybe Saturn would consider trading it for the tank of gas. It's worth trying. Well, it certainly looks a lot nicer. Let's hope Saturn thinks the same. No, I'd rather avoid having to use my piece of amber. I've grown quite fond of it. Okay, let's see if I can get him to trade it for the tank of gas. Saturn! I fixed up the sculpture a bit, and now I think you're really going to be delighted with it. How's this? Museum quality, huh?
Yes, I can distinguish some softer nuances. The man has evolved. His delicacy in the surrounding environment is apparent. But he's trying to camouflage himself by blending in with progress. That's the idea you're trying to convey, am I right?
That's exactly it. You understand my ideas perfectly. So, are you interested in it? You can have the sculpture, and I take your gas tank and...
No, it still appears to be an incomplete work, like a house without a roof. When you achieve total mastery, we'll talk about the deal.
Oh, all right. That's fine. This guy's one hard egg to crack. All right, I don't want to give it up, but if the piece of amber fits in the hole, it might be just what I need to give the stone a more artsy look. Let's try it out. Now it looks really cool. Saturn's really gonna like it now. Okay, let's see if I can make the deal this time around. Saturn, observe my sculpture now. Thanks to your advice, I think I've created a true masterpiece. What do you think?
Oh, the light. The divine element symbolized by light. Of course, in spite of it all, man cannot bear his fragility and needs to create a superior being that gives greater meaning to his existence. That is the point, isn't it?
Exactly, you figured it out. Do we have a deal?
Do one thing for me. Place the sculpture in front of the door to the balcony. The sun will become the final element from which man imbibes the light that shelters him.
Whatever you say.
Yes, truly majestic. Don't move it. That's the perfect spot.
Okay, then I get the tank of gas, right?
Yes, it's yours. Oh, but there's one thing I forgot to tell you. That isn't any normal, everyday gasoline. It's concentrated gasoline that I make myself. In order for it to work, you have to mix it with water. The formula is simple. For every liter of water, you put in 40 cc's of concentrated gasoline. It is vital for the mixture to be exact.
Yeah, and do you have any measuring tubes to calculate the exact amounts?
Well, look, there's one small problem. My 40 cc measuring tube broke the other day, and I haven't bought a new one yet. But don't worry, next to the gas tank, there's a 1-liter bottle and 2 measuring tubes. You can use that to make the mixture.
If you say so. The tank is finally mine. And the bottle and measuring tubes? Let's see if I can use this to make the mixture right. All right. To the mark, exactly 1 liter of water. The 30 cubic centimeter measuring tube is empty. Okay, I'll fill it right up to the mark. There you have it, 30 cubic centimeters of concentrated gasoline. Done, without spilling a drop. Okay, I'll fill it right up to the mark. There you have it, 30 cubic centimeters of concentrated gasoline. Done, without spilling a drop. It's empty now. Done, without spilling a drop. Okay, I'll fill it right up to the mark. There you have it, 30 cubic centimeters of concentrated gasoline. Excellent! Now I have exactly 40 cubic centimeters. I'm not gonna put water into the measuring tubes. That'd be dumb. Okay, it has just the right dosage, so there shouldn't be any problems. Perfect. Now I've got gas for the motorcycle. Alrighty then. Let's fill that tank and see if we can finally implement my plan. Ready. I'll tell Joshua the motorcycle's prepared. Joshua,
Yes?
motorcycle has gas now, so let's put the plan in motion.
Stupendous! I knew you would not let me down. Let me tell you what we're going to do. I'll take care of starting up the motorcycle. As soon as the wheels start spinning, go up to the switch on the communication machine. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then go stand by the switch.
It works!
Amazing! We did it, young man. I knew my idea with the strap would work.
Hey, it was my idea.
Hey, let's forget about that. Now, I need you to help me figure out the combination to open the dimensional door. I need you, kid. Don't fail me now.
Well, all right. What do I have to do?
Look, I discovered that the spot where I achieved the greatest telepathic communication is down there, in the middle of the crater. I'll go down there, and you push the keys for the musical note. That way, I will receive telepathic signals which will indicate to me whether the combination is correct or not. The only thing that you must remember is that the combination is made up of 5 different notes. You understand this, don't you? You cannot repeat the same note twice in any combination either.
Got it. Different sets of notes, but without repeating any note twice in a combination of 5 notes.
You are one smart little whippersnapper. Come on, Trantor's people are expecting me. Ready? Hit it, Sonny.
Here comes Joshua. Let's see how things went.
Hey, 3 of the notes form part of the combination, but only one is in the right position. Come on, don't get discouraged. Just try again.
Okay, I'll try once more.
Come on, I'm going down. Hey, 3 of the notes form part of the combination, but none of them is in the right position. Come on, don't get discouraged. Just try again.
Okay, I'll try once more.
Come on, I'm going down. Okay, 4 of the notes form part of the combination. But only 2 are in the right position. It's going pretty well. Try once more.
Okay, I'll try once more.
Come on, I'm going down.
That noise! What a trip! There's an intense light covering the center of the crater. I can't see Joshua.
Ryan, this is unbelievable. Just amazing, kid. It's remarkable. Farewell. You can't believe all the love I'm taking with me.
But what's going on? That strange noise stopped and the light disappeared. But I can't find Joshua anywhere. I'm going down into that crater to see what happened. Unbelievable. The only thing Joshua left behind is that black mark on the ground and his telepathic helmet. Oh well, I don't think we'll be seeing Joshua again. I hope wherever he may be, he's resting in, well, that he found what he was looking for. All right, Joshua won't be needing it any longer. The truth is, I doubt this contraption really improves anyone's telepathic powers, and I don't plan on wearing it to test the theory. Wow, the communication machine stopped working. Well, I suppose the motorcycle used up all the gas. Okay, I don't think Joshua will care anymore. Let's see what I find in here. Yeah, this could be really useful. A flashlight that you can attach to your head, and a climbing rope. Saturn. I found the answer to your inspirational crisis.
Really? What is it?
It's a helmet that creates ideas. It stimulates brain activity in an incredible way. You'll see. It'll make hundreds of ideas pop into your mind. Here, put it on.
Let's see. Yeah, I can feel something. Oh. Oh. Wow. I've never felt so amazingly inspired in my whole life. I've got to sculpt what will be my greatest work ever. I'm going out right now to get the perfect stone. Thanks, Brian. I really owe you one.
No problem, man. And good luck. Now, how about that? In the end, it'll turn out that the helmet actually works. Anyway, I hope Saturn doesn't become like Joshua. Okay, Saturn owes me one anyway. It's very light. I thought it would weigh more. Okay. Ready! It's filled to the brim with water. There we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit more. Okay. Ready! It's filled to the brim with water. There we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit more. Okay. Ready! It's filled to the brim with water. There we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit more. Okay. Ready! It's filled to the brim with water. There we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit more. That's where you put water into the tank. Yes, now is the time. Careful there. I don't want to burn my hand off. Okay, this is starting to work. I don't think the locomotive is working. No, I'd better not take any chances. With the locomotive tipped over on its side, anything might happen if the machine started running. I'd rather not touch this one. I don't want to mess anything up. When you turn it, pressure rises in the boiler. Okay, I'll turn the wheel once. I don't want to overdo it with the pressure and make the boiler blow apart while I'm in here. Great! Now I think there's enough pressure. That's the lever the engineer uses to start and stop the train. Not sure what this one is for, but I'd say it's the one that releases water from the tank if the boiler doesn't have enough power to heat up all of the water. I think that's the lever that activates the steam outlet. Yes, a burst of steam blasted out. It must have flown out with the steam through the locomotive smokestack. And from the look of it, I bet I know what key it is. I hope the heat from the boiler didn't deform it. I hope the locomotive boiler didn't deform it and it still works. Wonderful! It opened right away. I don't think I'll take it. If I carry it around, people will think it's me that reeks. I should look around anyway, though, in case there's something I might need. I'll take this bottle of liniment. It contains mint. It's undoubtedly the bucket of paint I launched with the catapult. A big piece of the floor is missing. A blunt object must have fallen down and made that hole. Okay, let's take advantage of the fact that Saturn's out. After all, what you don't see can't hurt you. Here's the deal. I'll move the statue onto the catapult. There we go. Now let's lower it down carefully. Perfect! Now it's placed right where I want it on the catapult. All right. I hope the statue lands in the same spot as the paint bucket. Let it fly! There we go. I hope Saturn doesn't miss the statue. Now there's mud flung all around, not just inside the trough. Great, just what I was expecting. A hole is opened up in the floor leading to the basement of the bank. Here we go. I can use the statue as a ladder. Good. I've made it into the basement of the bank, which is where the safe is located, like Sushi said. Even though it's an antique, it looks very sturdy and durable. It's locked. I'll have to use the right combination to open it. Luckily, although it'll be one hard job to return the statue to Kevin. Hi, Sushi.
Hi, Brian. How's it going? Did you find out anything else?
I'm working on it. You see, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Shoot.
It's about the safe.
What about it?
Tell me you know the combination to open it.
I can't tell you I know it because it isn't true. But I do know a thing or two about safes. There have been a lot in my family. So let me think. A safe from the second half of the 1800s. Probably a Winchester. I'd say almost for sure that the combination is made up of 3 numbers. And to select the first one, you have to turn the dial to the right. At least it's something, isn't it?
I'm gonna continue on my search. Thanks for all your help, Sushi. See you later.
See ya, and good luck.
Okay, let's take one more peek to see what I can find. Yeah, this stethoscope might be good to have. Yeah, great idea. That always works in the movies. Here we go. Okay, I guess I'll turn the dial slowly, number by number, so I don't miss the right one. I need to pay close attention to the sounds I hear every time the dial moves. Great idea. The stamp is pretty large and durable. I can use it with the bowl to create a makeshift mortar and pestle. There we go. I think it'll work. Yes, I think I can use the mortar I've improvised to mash the tobacco leaves in with the liniment. Then I'll have menthol chewing tobacco. Let's try it. Okay, I think that turned out pretty good. But there's no way I'm trying it. What for? It's already got enough. That doesn't seem like a very good idea to me. Oscar, brought you some of that chewing tobacco you love so much.
Really?
Of course, partner. Here you go.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
No sweat, man. That's what friends are for. And we are friends, aren't we?
Of course we are. I needed that tobacco like a lost man needs water in the Mojave. 'Cause the last shipment Saturn brought me was running out. I owe you one.
Now I've got him wrapped around my little finger. Friend.
What's up, kid?
I need your help.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's a huge rock I need moved.
Well, of course. I love doing favors for my friends.
Wonderful. Let's go.
So this is the rock I gotta move, huh?
Yeah, it must weigh a ton. You think you can push it out of the way so I can enter the mine?
This little marble? Of course, partner. Piece of cake. There you go. Is that okay?
That's perfect, Oscar. Thanks, pal. You're strong as an ox.
No problem. I like doing favors for my buddies. I'm out of here. I gotta mosey back to Mama Dorita's in case she needs me.
All right, guy. Thanks a lot and see you around.
Happy trails. And be careful if you're planning on going down that old mine.
That Oscar, what a nice guy. I'm glad he's on my side and not somebody else's. All right, I've got everything I need to walk around the mine shafts until I find the Hopi village. Let's go in. I hope I get lucky for once. What can I tell you? Getting over the loss of Gina was really hard. Only one thing kept me going. My strong determination to unravel the whole mystery surrounding the crucifix, which ended up being the key to a sacred crypt. I wasn't too concerned about having to get through that old mine, since I've always loved spelunking, but I wasn't aware of the unpleasant surprise waiting for me in one of the chambers. Hey, I see some light over there. Although, according to the map, that's not the exit leading to the Hopi village. Well, I'll take a look anyway. Maybe I can get to the village somehow from outside of the mine. Plus, I'm tired of wearing this darn flashlight on my head. Man, finally! I couldn't wait to take that off. Hey, what is this? Oh no! I can't stand those disgusting beasts! Ah! Bats! No! Help! I think that's the Hopi village down there. Eureka! I finally found it! It's not gonna be easy to climb down there. The mountain is really steep. The fall would kill me. Okay. The wood is in pretty good shape. I might be able to use it. Look what was hidden under the wood. It must be some kind of mining tool, but the handle's missing. All right. It might be useful to me if I find a handle to put on it. Surely this is the work of the Hopis. I didn't even notice it when I came running out of the mine. No doubt it's one of James Douglas's miners, killed at the hands of the Hopis. I don't like the idea. It's like grave robbing, but I don't have a choice. A bone might be just what I need. This femur has a little part broken off. I think it's just what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think the femur could make a stupendous handle. Cool. It stays on nice and tight. Okay, I'll take out the nail. It's pretty long, but it might come in handy. All right, I'll nail it into some hard ground so it'll hold tight. Ready. I think it'll hold up. Come on, the rope has to be well attached to the nail. Ready. And now, let's do some rock climbing. No problem. I was quite the climber at summer camp. Gina!
Brian!
I can't believe it! You're alive! How did you get here?
Long story. When I fell down that hole, I hit my head and passed out. I don't know how much time passed before I woke up. When I came to, it was totally dark. My leg was throbbing. I dragged myself on hands and knees through the mine shafts, trying to find a way out. Finally, when I thought I was about to faint, I reached a shaft with light. I could see the sunlight at the end of the tunnel, so I got a second wind and forced myself toward it. When I came out of the mine shaft, the first thing I found was that huge statue back there, and I was scared stiff. But I regained my composure and passed through all those weird ruins until coming here. I couldn't believe I was stuck in the middle of a rocky canyon with a broken leg. In all truth, I thought my life was over. And that's right where you showed up. Oh, Brian, I've never been so happy to see someone. But tell me, how did you manage to find me?
Well, actually, I came across you by accident. After you fell down that terrible hole, I gave you up for dead. But I swore to solve the mystery of the crucifix. That's what brought me here. These ruins are from a Hopi village. And on the other side of this canyon must be the sacred crypt of the Hopis. The crucifix is actually a key that lets you into the crypt.
That's astounding. How did you figure all this out?
I'll give you the full story later. For now, let's get you out of here and have that leg fixed up.
No, wait. I'm sure it was really hard for you to get here. Come on, let's not just leave without unraveling the mystery of the crucifix. I can hold out a bit longer. Don't worry. Please, go to that crypt.
But you need to see a doctor, and that's more important.
No, please, Brian. I owe it to my father. Do it for me.
Well, okay. Have it your way. You just rest and don't move. Save your energy for when we leave.
Okay, Brian. Don't worry about me.
I don't like the look of Gina's leg. I didn't want to frighten her, but it seems like it's broken to me. I'll have to find a way to put a splint on her leg if I want to get her out of here. Okay, I think it'd be best to find that Hopi crypt first. Afterward, I'll take care of Gina's leg. It's sitting right at the... From up close, that statue looks even more amazing. That face is really intimidating. Now I know how the earliest miners of Douglasville must have felt when they saw this. It's a tomahawk. Yeah, a tomahawk could come in handy. Well, this is no simple axe. It can also be used as a pipe. There's a ladder to go down inside. No, I don't. It's sitting. It must be some type of Hopi symbol. Even though it's in the shape of a cross, it's probably not like a church cross. Yep, good idea. By dividing the wood into 2 pieces, I'll have 2 boards to use as a splint on Gina's leg. Ready. I think they're just the right size. Great. Let's look around and see if I can get a handle on this. Yeah, I bet the sacred crypt is up on the cliff up there. Man, it's not gonna be an easy walk. I can't stand those rickety old suspension bridges. Well, I can't turn back now, so off we go. Aha! This must be the entrance to the crypt. And that weird monolith over there must be some kind of door. That doesn't make sense. Yes, that must be the way to open the entrance to the sacred crypt. Bad news. The keyhole in the mouth of the monolith is jammed up with sand, and the key won't go in. Oh man, I thought this was all turning out too easy. I don't know what sort of plant that is, but the stem has pods growing on it like green beans. Okay, it may be just what I need. A couple of those pods are hanging from the branch. Yeah, I think it could be used to clean out that sand. Ready. Now I think I can insert the key. Well, I hope the key will go in now. Great! The monolith is moving! I did it! The time has come to uncover the hidden mystery behind all this. I just keep wondering what I might find in there. And the truth is, I'm a bit nervous. Anyway, here we go.
Hello, my young friend. I see that you have taken the wise path and managed to reach this place.
Hey!
I knew you would be able to.
Wapuchin? Is that you?
Yes, I am Wapuchum, the last of the Hopi chiefs. Do not fear. Come closer.
But what are you doing here? I don't get it.
There is nothing to get. Listen, you do not know it, but this is what you have come in search of.
But that's...
I know what it is. The man who put it here brought dishonor to his Hopi blood by hiding it in this sacred place. It is up to you to remove it and distance this rotten seed from our...
Yes. From here, I could cut the rope pretty far up and get a long enough piece to use as a splint for Gina's leg. Here we go. I'll cut up as high as possible. Done. Let's grab the piece of rope I cut off. With this bit, I'll have enough to make a splint for Gina's leg. Let me just use the rope to tie the pieces of wood on tight. That'll make a good splint. Let's see. Gina, try not to move. I'm gonna put a splint on your leg. Okay, I think it'll work. Gina, it's time to go. We've got to get through the mine. But don't worry, I'll help you. And
Yes, but tell me, what happened in that crypt? Did you get inside?
yeah, I went in and,
What did you find inside? Tell me.
well, it was all really weird. I'll tell you on the way.
But
Give it a rest. We have a long walk ahead through the mine. We'll have to stop more than once for rest, so I'll have plenty of time to give you a thorough report. Come on, let's go. I think I know of someone who could fix up your leg. You're doing great. Put your arm around my shoulder. Oscar, my friend Gina has an injured leg. Mama Dorita can cure her, right?
Of course. Come on, get in here.
Would you believe? Gina was alive! I was flabbergasted to find her after thinking I'd lost her forever. As for the mystery we were trying to solve, we were almost worse off than in the beginning. All we had was a human finger in a bottle of formaldehyde, and that was an even greater mystery than the crucifix itself. Thank goodness I could count on Mama Dorita's help, which was more than just fixing up Gina's leg.
Now then, a bit of rest while the master plaster I've placed on her takes effect, and she'll be just like new in a short while. In the meantime, your little girlfriend had better stay here and not move a step.
Thank you so much, Mama Dorita. You are so kind, ma'am.
De nada. You said your name was Brian, right?
Yes, ma'am. Brian. Brian Basco.
Muy bien, Brian. Something tells me you are also in need of my help. What can I do for you? And please, stop calling me ma'am.
Well, ma'am, I mean, miss. I need to speak with a dead person.
Do you mean speak with the spirit of a dead person? Very well, I can help you with that. However, you must know that in addition to myself, I will need a medium while I perform the call to the other side. Furthermore, experience tells me that it is of the utmost importance for the success of the seance that the person with close emotional ties to the spirit remain present. To spice things up a bit, if you catch my drift, of course, you must keep in mind that you may wish to communicate with the unliving, but the unliving may not wish to communicate with you.
As for the person with close emotional ties to the spirit, there's no problem. That person is Gina.
Very well then, that problem is solved. All we have to take care of is the topic of the medium.
I think I could be a medium.
You? I think not. Come closer and look into my eyes. No, you cannot. Your eyes reveal that you are unprepared to lower your level of consciousness enough to fall into a trance.
Where can I find a medium around here?
I used to work with a woman from Nacozari, a town south of the Mexican border. She was an excellent medium, but one day we experienced a bit of a rough seance, and she swore never to work as a medium again. Besides the woman from Nacozari, I don't know of anyone else around here.
Okay, I see what you mean.
I am delighted.
I'd like to see Gina.
Go ahead, you know where to find her.
Gina!
Brian, hi.
Hey, you shouldn't move that leg too much. Mama Dorita says you'll heal in no time, as long as you rest.
I'm just a bit nervous. The concoction that woman put in my leg is really making me itch. Plus, I can't stop thinking about what you told me inside the mine as we were coming here. Especially the part about the human finger in the bottle of formaldehyde. My God, Brian, what are we gonna do now?
Well, I've been giving it some thought, and all I can think of is one thing.
What do you propose?
Look, I can't stop thinking about something that Indian chief told me.
That Wapu something guy?
Wupuchim, yeah. I asked him what that bottle with the finger meant, and he said that the man who took it there should answer that question. I told him, that guy is dead. But Wupuchim said that wasn't necessarily an obstacle.
You mean we should talk with...
Yes, with your father. I know it'll be hard for you, but I don't see any other way out.
I understand. Don't worry about it, but do you really think we can speak with a dead person?
Just a few days ago, I would have answered you with a resounding no. But now, after all the things that have happened to me, and what I've seen since we met, I don't know. I think almost anything is possible. Besides, what harm can it do to try?
I guess none. What have we got to lose? But how in the world will we do it?
With the help of Mama Dorita. She's knowledgeable about these things. However, there's one thing that concerns me. Wapuchum said that the person who hid the bottle in the sacred crypt had Hopi blood, so it couldn't have been your father.
Oh, yeah. No, of course not. It couldn't be him. Well, I suppose there are more people mixed up in this strange story.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Anyway, your dad has to be able to explain everything.
I'm sure he can. So, when should we do it?
I have to get a medium for the seance.
Okay. Well, keep me informed, please.
How are you feeling?
Better and better. I must admit, Mama Dorita knows what she's doing.
I'm out of here. I have to work on finding a medium.
That's okay. I hate having to stay here without moving, and without helping you.
You just have to think about healing as fast as you can. See you later.
Be careful. Bye-bye.
The windows have been boarded up, but you can still go through the door.
Ryan, so you made it to the Hopi village, did you? Come on, get up here right away and tell me how you did it.
Okay, I'm coming. How did you find out?
News gets around fast. And I also know you didn't come back from the Hopi village alone. You didn't tell me about the girl.
You see, I thought she was dead, and I didn't feel like talking about it.
Oh, I think there are lots of things you'd rather not talk to me about. Don't you think it's time you told me the truth about how you got here?
Well, all right, but I'm warning you, it's a crazy story.
Oh, don't worry. All the better.
Here goes. A few days ago, I started... Gina is at Mama Dorita's house letting her leg heal, while I try to figure out the meaning of a bottle of formaldehyde with the human finger floating inside. That's all. You didn't believe a word I said, did you?
No, you're wrong. I know when someone lies to me, and you weren't lying. Plus, Ryan, I kind of like you. You can count on me to give you a hand with whatever you need.
That's great, Sushi. Thanks. Sushi, I'm sorry for disturbing you.
No problem.
I see you're working on the computer, but what exactly are you doing?
I'm a computer expert and, well, let's just say I'm especially interested in everything involving the internet.
Oh, you mean you spend all day surfing the net?
Oh no, I assure you I do much more than just surf the net. Do you remember that scandal in the government a few months ago? Because a hacker broke into the system and showed it was not invincible?
Yeah, of course I remember. That was big news. Didn't the hacker leave behind a signature, like James something?
Janie Guitar.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, so it was you. Are you a hacker?
I sure am. And to be honest, I think I'm the best of all.
Unbelievable! Actually, despite the pseudonym, I always thought Janie Guitar was a man.
Typical chauvinistic attitude. Well, you should know that there are many females among the most famous hackers in the world. Have you heard of the A-Team?
Of course, those guys have created some major trouble.
Those guys? No. They are two sisters, Alba and Erin, and they're very good friends of mine. Those gals are hot stuff, let me tell you.
You think I should have gone to Berkeley instead of getting mixed up in this?
The question is that what you think? I don't think so. You know you couldn't leave this half solved. If you had, you would have spent the rest of your life wondering what would have happened if you'd stuck to it.
Anyway, Sushi, we'll talk later.
All right, see you later.
You can see Sushi's a big music lover. As a listener and playing her own stuff. I've noticed it moves from time to time. I guess it's aiming at different geostationary satellites. As you can see, Sushi doesn't pinch pennies when it comes to computer equipment. That 21-inch plasma monitor must have cost a small fortune. It's not lit. Let's see, a scanner, a printer, a laptop, a digital clock, and a plant. A cactus, to be precise. That is one cool item. An electric guitar, pedals, and an amplifier. I don't know what each of these things does, but that thing over there looks like a ham radio with some kind of radar for scanning incoming signals. Yeah, I may use it. It's been covered with ash and soot by the fire, but it's not in bad shape. They're just decorative. As usual, a bell and a check-in book. Hey, that guy over there must be Rutger. Hello, Rutger, right?
Yeah. And you're Brian, I bet. Saturn's told me about you. By the way, that helmet you gave me is way cool. You wouldn't happen to have another one for me, would ya?
No, sorry. I only had that one.
Well, if you ever come across another one, keep Mr. Rutger in mind.
Sure thing.
Awesome, man.
Hey, that music you were playing sounded really neat.
You thought it was cool? Playing the bongos totally mellows me out. It's my hobby, you know.
The greenhouse you've set up here is really something.
Thanks, man. Plants are my life. That is the truth. I've mostly got African spices in here. You know why? 'Cause Africa is the mother of life.
I was thinking, you wouldn't happen to know of a plant or something like that that would help a person go into a trance, would ya?
To enter a trance? You mean to trip out, right? I have some knowledge in that area.
Do you think you could prepare me some of that?
I could, but look, I don't know if you're aware of how things work around here.
Oh yeah, I should give you something in exchange. That's it, right?
You got it.
And what might that something be?
I don't know. I don't really need anything. Something I might like, you know.
Could you tell me exactly what the Rastafarian beliefs consists of?
No.
I'll just go on my way, Wrecker. See ya!
See ya!
Hello, Saturn. How's it going with the idea blasting helmet?
Hello, BB. The helmet is excellent, amazing. The only problem is the Great Desequa,
The what?
the statue I had hanging on the crane. It's disappeared. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Me? No, not a clue. It's so odd, don't you think?
Yeah, well, I hope it's just one of Rutger's little practical jokes, though he assured me he knows nothing.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll turn up.
I hope so.
I see you're working on a stone sculpture right now.
Yes, I can't tell you exactly what it is that I'm sculpting, but I've been struck with great inspiration.
Now that you've got your inspiration back, could you return the helmet to me?
Return the idea-forming helmet? Not a chance. A deal is a deal.
We'll discuss that later, Saturn. See you soon.
Ciao.
Yeah, I think that might be the thing to do. Hey, Rucker.
Hey, what's up?
I believe I have something you might be interested in.
Let me see, man. Ah, yes. It's a fine Hopi axe pipe. Very nice, man.
I'm glad you like it. Do we have a deal then? The pipe, in exchange for preparing what we talked about.
Oh, yes. It's a deal. This is sweet as honey. Take a puff.
No thanks. I don't smoke.
Listen, didn't you want some herbal pleasure to lighten you up a bit?
Yeah, but...
Well, this is the thing. Smoke.
Okay. I'm not used to this, so one drag will do. Whoa. I feel dizzy already. I better get out of here fast. I believe I'm ready to act as a medium.
Let's see. Show me your eyes. No. A bit better, but no. I must say your disposition for lowering consciousness enough to go into a trance has improved. But you still don't seem adequately prepared.
Well, I won't bug you anymore. Goodbye.
Vaya con Dios, Brian.
What the heck? I can't believe it. All of Joshua's stuff has disappeared. I'm not even gonna try to understand what happened. Place is really starting to freak me out. I'm out of here. And I'll try to stay as far away as possible. Hey, Rucker.
Hey, what's up?
That stuff you put in the pipe didn't work. I need something a bit stronger.
More powerful, huh? I think I know what you need. I was just recently studying some old Indian shaman recipes. There is one that the Hopi tribe's medicine men used to use. Have you heard of them Hopi Indians?
Yeah, I've heard something about it.
Apparently, these Hopi medicine men used to make a brew that was mighty strong. They said they used it to help their spirit leave their body and be able to get closer to Kichi Manitou, the Great Spirit.
That is just what I need. Can you make it for me?
I'm afraid not. I have all the ingredients except one, the most essential of all, the Yawaskel.
Yawaskal?
Yeah, you get it from inside these pods that grow on a plant which grows in this area. The problem is, I haven't been able to find that plant anywhere, even though I've searched throughout the region for weeks. Seems this crazy plant only grows on sacred Hopi lands.
Huh. And do you know what the Yawaskal looks like?
From the drawings I've seen, they're bumpy balls of a dark red color. I've studied the topic quite a bit, and though I've never seen any of those bowls myself, I'm sure I could identify one if I saw it.
Very interesting, Rutger. I've got to go now. Let's keep talking about this later.
Sure thing, man.
I still have the branch I tore off the outside of the sacred crypt. And now that I've taken a closer look, there's some pods on the stem. Yeah, what luck! I bet that plant I took the branch off of is precisely the one Rutger was talking about. I'll pull the pods off the branch. Done. Now I should open them and see if they contain those famous little red balls. These pods are really hard. There's no way I can open them with my hands. I need something else to tear them open. Okay, let's take one more peek to see what I can find. This scalpel may be just what I was looking for. The truth is, yes, using the scalpel, I can open the pods up and get the little ayahuasca balls out. Ugh, that didn't work. These pods are as hard as a rock. Yes, good idea. If I heat up the scalpel, it'll definitely cut better. I'll leave it in there for a few seconds to make it nice and hot. All right, that should do the trick. Ow! I gotta be careful. It's burning hot. All right, this time the pods will yield to my strength. Finally! Now I've got those silly ayahuasca balls. And just in time. The scalpel's cooled down and is now at room temperature. Good thing I cut through the pods when I did. Whoa, Rutger's gonna flip when he sees this. Hey, Rutger.
Hey, what's up?
You'll never believe it.
What?
I've got some ayahuasca balls.
No way, brother.
Don't believe me? Seeing is believing.
Man, you're right. It's prime ayahuasca.
Told you so. Can you make that Hopi brew you told me about now?
Of course, I'll get right to it.
Perfect. I'll let you work then. Well, a long time seems to have gone by. I think that Rutger must have that brew ready. Rutger!
Yeah, I'm over here, man.
Is it finished?
I have the finished product. And I'm telling you right now, this is some grade A stuff. Those Hopis sure knew what they were doing. If this doesn't put you into orbit, I don't know what will, my friend.
Okay. Does this taste bad?
Bad? No way. These guys even made their herbal infusions taste delicious. Drink with no fear, man.
Yeah, I can feel it already. It's as if I were levitating. I'm leaving before the effects get any stronger.
Okay, sir, but I'm drinking the leftovers.
Now I know I'm prepared enough to become a medium.
You don't give up, do you? Very well. Let me look into your eyes. You win, Brian. I think you will be able. Your eyes have revealed this. Good. Your mind is ready. Now we must prepare your soul.
Prepare my soul?
It is indispensable in case something goes wrong.
What do you mean by that? I didn't think this was dangerous.
And it is not, provided the medium is truly prepared. Believe me, preparing your soul properly will keep you from fear.
Okay already. Fine. What do I have to do?
Kneel before the altar.
Here?
Yes, on your knees. Repeat after me.
Okay.
San Luciano, I pray that you care for my soul while it is absent from my body.
San Luciano, I pray that you care for my soul while it is absent from my body.
Santa Brigida, protect me with your cloak and do not allow the devil to take over my body.
Santa Brigida, protect me with your cloak and do not allow the devil to take over my body.
Jesus, my soul is clean and ready to travel to your side if you wish it to be so.
Jesus, my soul is clean and ready to travel to your side if you wish it to be so.
Enough. Please rise.
Okay, should I bring in Gina so we can get this over with?
Not so fast. We won't be doing it here. We are going to the Well of Souls.
Where?
Do not worry, it's a proper place. Do you see the well to my right? That is the place. Go.
Do we really have to go in there?
Yes, we do. Think no longer and go in. Vámonos. You will see a seat inside of our pentagram. Sit in it and prepare your mind. Oscar will help Gina and me down.
All right, whatever you say.
Let's begin. Now, Brian, it is important for you to stay relaxed.
Was it really necessary to tie me to the chair?
See, believe me, it was for your own safety, I assure you. Now, stare into my eyes, por favor. All the tension is flowing out of your body. You are relaxed, more and more relaxed. You feel good. Muy bien. I am going to count to 3, and when I finish, you will fall into a deep slumber. 1, 2, 3. We are here to contact a being from the other side. We have the will and the medium. We have the will and the medium. The medium awaits in the center of the pentagram. Someone from this plane wishes to speak with that being. We invoke that being with all due respect. We have the will and the medium. Gina, it's your turn. Speak with that spirit. Tell him you want to talk with him.
Johnny! Johnny the Indian! It's me, Gina! I need to talk with you! You were about to tell me something and we were interrupted. Now we have the chance to finish our conversation. Johnny! It's me, Gina! Please, talk to me! Johnny? Is that you?
Gina, what the devil happened? Where am I?
The Sandretti's got you.
Yes, I remember. We were talking at the Pink Iguana when those thugs showed up, but I don't remember anything more. Where have I been? It's dark here, and I'm freezing.
Johnny, look, you're locked up. The Sandretti's locked you into the basement under the storeroom in the Pink Iguana.
Damn them. Gina, you've got to help me. Get me out of here, and I'll take you with me. We'll be rich, kiddo, and we'll live like kings.
So, it's true? You kept the money from the truck heist?
Of course I did. I pulled one over on those bastards. I'll share the cash with you, baby. Just get me out of here fast.
Now's not a good time. There's guards all over the place. I'll come get you out later. But tell me, where did you hide the money? The Sandretti's haven't been able to find a clue.
Of course they haven't found it. Do you think I'm an idiot? Those evildoers will never find the money.
You are so sly, Johnny. Where is it hidden?
Yeah, kiddo. Too smart to trust you, too. I'm not telling you one more word. Get me out of here, and I'll give you your piece of the pie.
Okay, all right. I'll come back in a while and help you escape.
I'll be waiting. Make it quick.
Johnny? Johnny?
He has departed. And I must say I don't like what I saw one bit. Gina, you have toyed with a spirit, and that can be very dangerous. I hope you don't regret it later on. But let us set that topic aside. Brian is exhausted and needs to rest. Oscar, untie Brian and take him to my room.
Lay him on the bed and let him sleep as long as he needs.
Ow! Gina!
Oscar put you in bed. You've been asleep for nearly 24 hours. The effort of being a medium left you exhausted. Do you remember anything that happened in the Well of Souls?
Enough! Everything seemed like a dream. It was like I was floating above your heads, but I perfectly remembered that you didn't invoke your father.
No, it was Johnny. Johnny the Indian.
That's it. Well, don't you think you owe me an explanation?
Yes, I guess so. Well, here goes. Remember everything I told you about my father's death in the hospital?
Yeah, of course I remember.
Well, it wasn't exactly true.
You mean your father didn't?
No, he's perfectly fine. And he doesn't work for the government, like I said. He breeds sheep in Marion Bridge, Utah.
So, you invented all of that?
Not exactly. Let me explain. I really did work at the Pink Iguana, but I wasn't really a singer. I performed in another type of show. That night, when my act was over, I talked to Johnny the Indian, a pretty shady fellow who'd just gotten out on parole. Johnny had had a few too many. He told me he was going to start a new life and that I should go with him. He showed me the crucifix he wore around his neck the whole 4 years he spent in prison and said it was the key that would open the door to that new life. He was drunk and I didn't take him very seriously. I thought the guy was embracing Christianity or something like that. And then the Sandretti brothers showed up. Johnny asked me to keep the crucifix for him and to disappear before they saw me. Everything I told you about my father's death in the storeroom of the Pink Iguana was true, but it wasn't my father they killed. It was Johnny. They interrogated him and beat him to a pulp. I'd heard of the Sandretti brothers and how dangerous they are, but that night I saw it with my own eyes. When I saw them kill Johnny, I couldn't help but scream, so they found me out and I ran as fast as I could down the alley.
But why were they interrogating him? What did he do?
Well, Johnny had just spent 4 years in the slammer for holding up a truck. The whole heist was set up by the Sandrettis. Johnny was part of the group that did the job. In the beginning, the theft was a success, a fast robbery with no deaths or injuries. The money was supposed to be handed over to the Sandrettis in a garage a few hours later, but someone set a trap. The garage was full of cops, and the thieves were arrested. Luckily for them, the Sandrettis didn't show up personally, so no one could prove they were involved. However, they didn't catch all the thieves. For some reason, Johnny managed to get away, and they didn't find him till 2 days later near the Mexican border. More importantly, the money from the robbery never appeared.
What do you mean?
It wasn't in the garage, and Johnny didn't have it when they arrested him. He swore he escaped from the garage without taking a cent. Despite all their investigations, the police never found the cash. From what I heard the night they killed Johnny, the Sandrettis suspected he'd kept the money and that he was the one who informed the cops and set up the raid on the garage. They thought he'd hidden the dough somewhere during the 2 days he was hiding out and that he had let himself get caught so the Sandrettis wouldn't suspect anything.
You think someone with that much money would allow himself to be caught knowing he'd be put away for years?
Yeah, if he didn't have any other choice. He knew that if he ran off with the money, the Sandrettis would find out and hunt him down long before the police did. He must have thought 20 million bucks were well worth 4 years in prison.
20 million?
20 million! No doubt Johnny thought that by the time he was released, the Sandrettis would have forgotten the whole story and that he could enjoy a great retirement. But things didn't work out that way. The Sandrettis don't forget 20 million bucks just because, and they were looking for him the day he got out of jail.
So, when the Sandrettis interrogated him, did they get the truth out of him?
No, that animal Gustav killed him too fast, and Johnny never acknowledged having kept the money.
So we don't know if Johnny really even had it.
Oh, yes, we do. He told me so through your mouth during the seance. The bad thing is, I couldn't get him to tell me where he hid the money.
So, all you were really interested in the whole time was getting that money, huh?
No, well, at least not at first. I was just trying to save my life. I had been an eyewitness to a murder and knew that they would snuff me out to keep me from talking. After that, I admit I thought if we found the money, I could start a new life far from the Sandrettis. Is that so terrible?
Depends on how you look at it. What I don't understand is why they didn't knock us off in Chicago when they had us trapped in the museum.
Someone at the Pink Iguana probably told them Johnny had talked to me before they killed him. They must have thought I knew something about the money, and they wanted to get it out of me. Lucky you were so great and got us out of that awful cabin.
Oh, don't suck up to me now. You've been fooling me all this time. I'm such an idiot. I walked right into your trap.
Please, Brian, you've got to forgive me. I swear I never wanted to lie to you, but I was scared to death, and I was afraid you wouldn't help me if I told you the truth.
Well, you're wrong there. I'm so stupid I'd have helped you anyway. But this is the end of it. I'm leaving straight for California, and you?
No, please. You know they'll kill me. Sooner or later they'll find me and do me in. My only chance is to find the money and use it to start a new life. You know that. Please don't leave me alone now. Help me.
Okay. I'll help you find that cursed money. And then, I never want to see you again as long as I live.
Don't say that. I really care about you.
Oh, please. Don't play me for a sucker again. I already said I'd help you. Save the sorry act for the theater.
Don't believe me if you don't want to, but I'm being sincere. Besides, if we find the money, half will be yours.
I don't want a dime of that money.
Do whatever you want.
Well, we know Johnny safeguarded the money somewhere nearby. And no matter how strange it seems, the finger in the bottle must have something to do with it. But where should we start to look?
Look, while you were asleep, I remembered something Johnny told me years ago, before the robbery.
What?
He said that he used to take time off between jobs to spend a few days in his homeland in Arizona, in an old trailer where he used to live before going to New York. That trailer can't be very far from here. And if we find it, maybe there'll be some clues about the money inside.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Well, I'll start with that and try to find that trailer.
I'm going with you. My leg is much better.
No way. You haven't recovered yet, and I don't want to have to carry you.
Are you going to be mad at me for the rest of your life?
No, because I plan on removing you from it soon.
Fine, just go alone if my company annoys you.
I'm leaving, but don't worry. I'll be back.
Goodbye.
I think the first thing I'll do is go see Sushi. I've got to speak with someone I can trust about all of this. Hi, Sushi.
Hi, Brian. How's it going? Did you find anything out?
Actually, I did, but I'm not sure whether I'm too happy about it.
Why's that? What happened?
Everything Gina told me to wrap me up in this mess has turned out to be a pack of lies.
Seriously? Tell all.
Look, do you remember about Gina's father?
Yeah, the poor girl saw them murder him in cold blood right before her very eyes.
Well, forget about the murder. The old guy is living peacefully, breeding sheep in Marion Bridge, Utah.
What?
And that's when Gina told me the truth. She can't return to New York because she wouldn't last 2 days. She plans to have me help her find the money that Johnny stole so she can start a new life. I don't know what to do. I'm not interested in the money, but I don't want to leave Gina high and dry either. Besides, my life isn't worth much more than Gina's at this point.
Well, the way I look at it, that money has no owner at this point. It'd be better for Gina to keep it and start that new life than to have it end up in the hands of those awful Sandretti mob guys. As for the bank the money was stolen from, I'm sure it got an insurance payoff years ago, so nobody will lose out.
I don't know. Ever since I left New York, I feel like I've lost control of my life. I'm like a puppet with someone else pulling my strings. They decide what I can and can't do. Sort of like in those computer games. You know what I mean?
Computer adventures? Yeah, I love them. Cheer up, Brian. You know you can count on me for help.
Thanks, Sushi. You're wonderful. Anyway, I gotta try and find Johnny's old trailer. We know it's around here somewhere, and I'm sure I'll find clues in it leading me to the money.
An old trailer? I don't remember seeing one, but the truth is that I don't leave Douglasville except to go into the city for provisions. Maybe Rutger or Saturn know something.
Yeah, I'll go talk to them. See you around, Sushi.
Okay, see you soon.
Hey, Rutger.
Hey, how was that yummy cocktail I made for you?
Great, it worked fine. But I assure you, I don't plan on trying it again.
Well, whatever.
Hey, do you remember seeing a trailer around somewhere during your plant gathering expeditions?
A trailer? No, I don't remember seeing any trailer, man.
I'll just go on my way, Rutger. See ya!
See ya!
Hey, Saturn!
What?
Hey, when you've gone out looking for raw materials, did you happen to see a trailer?
I think I recall seeing an old trailer one time. Yes, but it didn't seem like anyone lived in it. It looked abandoned.
And where was that, Saturn? Don't you remember? It's really important.
Well, let me think. That must have been 7 or 8 months ago. And at that time, I was involved in a project for which I needed a large quantity of clay. So I was in search of argillaceous zones. By the way, have I mentioned a simply amazing work? The construction of an exact replica of the city of Florence in the second half of the 14th century. Splendor of Florence. It's one of my greatest works. You see, I was trying to capture the spirit that...
Listen, Saturn, that's interesting and all, but I'm in kind of a hurry. I'll drop by later so you can fill me in on your great work, but please just tell me where you saw that trailer for now.
All right, I shall. It was on the other side of Painted Canyon Gulch, to the south of Douglasville, about 1 hour away from here.
Okay, I hope I can find it.
You should really reflect on your life, BB. You always seem to be searching for something you don't have.
We'll discuss that later, Saturn. See you soon.
Ciao.
Oh. Ha! There's the trailer. No doubt about it. That's gotta be the one. Okay, let's see what I find around here. What a wreck. I don't think the engine will even start up. It's closed. Sure. By using it as a lever, I might get that door open. It worked! I'm in. Let's see what I find inside. Ugh, what a stench! Place is a mess. I'd better move fast and get out of here as soon as possible. It's as big of a mess as the rest of this disgusting trailer. Don't see anything tasty, just some leftovers and a couple of empty bottles. It's just filled with old clothes. How weird. This looks like a nun's habit. No, why would I want to take that? Plus, I'm very respectful about that sort of thing. Don't. What a wreck! I don't think the engine will even start up. It's full of papers. Okay, I'll just rummage through these papers. This looks interesting. It's an advertisement for a bank. That may be where the money is. The windows have been... Sushi!
Hey, Brian. Anything newsy?
I found Johnny's trailer.
How cool! And did you find any clues leading to the money?
Yeah, I found a brochure for a maximum security bank in the trailer. I'd appreciate it a lot if you could investigate it on the internet and find out about the bank.
Sure, that's a cinch. I'm gonna finish a little job I'm wrapped up in, and then I'll get right to it. Leave the brochure on the desk, please.
Okay, thanks, Sushi.
No problem. I'll report back later.
I think she's a bit younger than me. Sushi, sorry for disturbing you.
No problem.
Did you find anything on that bank brochure?
No, I haven't had time yet. I'll do it soon, don't worry.
Anyways,
All right. Brian, come on up, fast. I've got some really juicy news.
I'm coming. So, what did you find out?
First of all, I investigated what type of bank the brochure you found is for. It's not any conventional bank. The customers rent safety deposit boxes to keep their stuff in. Money, jewelry, antiques, whatever. They don't have to give any explanation at all of what's deposited inside. And I assure you, the place is a veritable fortress. I need not say that there has never been a robbery or even an attempted robbery.
Then, do you think Johnny put the money there?
Well, it's a possibility. This type of bank charges its customers a fortune, and in turn, they pay astronomical taxes to the government in exchange for certain immunity. I mean, the police have no access to lists of customers or the items on deposit. That undoubtedly makes it a pretty safe place to stash money. Using my amazing skills, I broke into the bank's database, but I didn't see the name Johnny anywhere on the list of customers. That doesn't surprise me. If Johnny wanted to hide the money there, I'm sure he was more concerned about throwing the Sandrettis off than the police. But what really gave me a big clue was the security system used at the Mojave Bank. When customers rent a safety deposit box, they receive no key or magnetic card whatsoever. Nothing. What they do is perform a fingerprint analysis. And when customers want to access the box, they just place their index finger on a scanner for the computer to identify their fingerprint. And then they're let in. You catch my drift?
Yeah, you're thinking of the bottle of formaldehyde I found in the sacred crypt.
There you go. Then I researched the police databases, and I entered Johnny's full name, John Tawangyama. I verified that he showed up dead in a New York alley 2 days ago. I kept following the lead of his last name, which obviously isn't very common, and I found an interesting bit of info. 4 years back, a woman's corpse floated up in the Green Gila River. When they checked her identity, she turned out to be Sister Juana Buenadicha of the Santa Clara Mission in California. She'd been strangled and thrown into the river.
A nun? No way! How was she connected to all this?
Juana Buenadicha is the name she took when she entered the order. That woman was an Indian, though, and her real name was Mary Tawangyama.
Was she related to Johnny?
It was his twin sister. Guess what was missing from the body when they found it?
I bet it was her right index finger.
Bingo! And whose name do you think the safety deposit box at the Mojave Bank was rented to for 10 years?
Sister Juana Benedicha?
Exactly. It all fits together now. Johnny made his sister rent the safety deposit box at the Mojave Bank and put all the money there. I don't think he planned on killing her in the beginning, but by the end, he was afraid she would betray him while he was in prison. That scoundrel preferred not to risk it, so he strangled his own sister, cut her finger off, and tossed the body into the river. I guess he thought it wouldn't be hard to disguise himself as a nun and use his sister's finger to take out the money when the time came. Hiding the finger in the sacred Hopi crypt seems a bit unlikely, but I think he was running out of time by then, and he needed a safe place to keep the finger for all of the years he was going to be locked up in jail. He knew about the crypt, and it seemed like a good solution. I suppose that what he never counted on was that the Sandrettis would get suspicious and go after him the minute he was released from prison.
Good work, Sushi. I'm amazed.
Thanks. Well, I don't think there's anything to stop you from taking the money using the plan Johnny already cooked up. Just to be on the safe side, it would be better for Gina to dress up as Juana Buenadicha. She can put on a nun outfit and use the finger. I don't think she'll have any trouble taking out the cash. These banks are famous for not asking lots of questions.
Sushi, it's only fair for you to get some of the money. You've definitely earned your share. I don't really need it.
No, Brian. You know, I don't like to talk about this, but I've actually got a lot of my own money already. I inherited a truckload and won't be able to spend it all if I live 1,000 years. I'm not interested in money, probably because I've never needed it. That's just me. Don't think twice, Brian. Have Gina get the money and start a new life. You just have to get a nun costume, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Wait, now I remember. When I was in Johnny's trailer, I saw a nun's habit on a hanger.
How evil. I'm sure it was his sister's habit. Well, all the better. Go get that habit and you're ready. But don't leave without saying goodbye.
Of course not, Sushi. Before picking up Gina to leave, I'll come by and say farewell. See ya!
See ya, Brian.
Okay, but it gives me the creeps to take it. Think of that poor woman killed by her own scoundrel of a brother. I think we're in luck. The habit is just Gina's size. Okay, all set. Now for the money. Hey, I hear the sound of an engine in the distance. I think a car is approaching. It might be dangerous. I'd better hide just in case. No, not now! Those dumb goons, Gustav and Fyodor, they found us!
Here's the trailer, just like Bob said.
Yeah, but I don't think Johnny the Indian was dumb enough to hide the cash here.
I don't either, but we better check. Did you see that? Fresh footprints by the door.
Do you think they belong to that idiot and that bimbo?
They only belong to one person, and by the size of them, they must be his. Something tells me they're close by. They probably split up to try and find where Johnny stashed the dough. I bet they'll come back here. either together or alone.
What if they have the money?
Nah, I don't think so. Plus, finding them in this area won't be that easy. This is a huge desert. Let's do a full search of this trailer and wait for a while to see if they show up.
What if they don't?
Then we'll go out and look.
About it.
Me too. See you soon.
Yes, a burst of steam blasted out. It's a sheriff's badge. It must have flown out the smokestack like the cell key did. Yeah, I can use that. It's not too worn out considering the circumstances. Oscar,
What's up, Brian?
your life has a new mission. I've spoken to Mama Dorita about this, and she fully agrees.
Well, what is it?
Oscar, you've been named the new sheriff of Douglasville.
Wow.
Please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Repeat after me. I promise to defend, with my life if necessary, the laws set down in the Constitution of this nation.
I promise to defend with my wife, if necessary, the laws down in that Constitution of this here nation.
And I swear I will do everything necessary to ensure that these laws are not violated and to pursue anyone who might attempt to break them.
And I swear I'll do things necessary to ensure them laws aren't violated and to pursue anyone who might attempt to break them.
Perfect. Oscar, I hereby officially name you Sheriff of Douglasville.
Dandy.
Sheriff Oscar, your first mission has already come in. Listen, you've got to go to...
Hey, what about my weapon?
What?
My sheriff's weapon. What kind of law enforcement official can I be without a weapon?
Yeah, you're right. Of course, your sheriff's weapon. Sorry, I forgot to bring that. I'll go get it. You wait here and I'll be back faster than you can say sheriff. Yes, I know the rifle Sushi shot me with when I got to Douglasville has to be around here somewhere. I know she won't mind if I take it.
Now this is looking better. So you were saying? What is my first mission as sheriff?
Look, about 3 miles south of Douglasville, there's a couple of guys creating a ruckus and frightening the locals. You've got to stop them and lock them up in the Douglasville jail. But watch your step, partner. These guys are armed and dangerous.
Don't you worry, friend. In the penitentiary, they used to call me Terminator. I'm going after them.
Good luck. I'm sure you can do the job, Sheriff. Okay, the best thing to do would be to head for Douglasville and wait there until Oscar's completed his mission. From this window, I'll be able to see Oscar when he arrives. Here comes Gustav and Theodore's car. And Oscar is driving, so I guess everything went okay. Yes, he's pulling them out of the car, and he's tied them up hand and foot. What a tough dude! He's grabbed each of them by one arm and is dragging him into the jail. Whoa, he's so buff. I've got to tell Sushi. Sushi, good news!
Really? What is it?
Those cursed assassins are now locked away in the town jail.
But how did you manage that?
It was Oscar. I made him the town sheriff and gave him his first mission, to capture those 2 killers.
No way. You're unbelievable, Brian.
That big guy Oscar is unbelievable. By the way, I gave him your rifle so he could carry out his mission. You don't mind, do you?
No, that's okay. Plus, I won't be needing it anymore. Law and order have been brought back to town.
But seriously, this is all good, but it doesn't solve the real problem. Besides, we're not exactly the murdering types. And even if we were, all we'd achieve by eliminating Gustav and Theodore is for the Sandrettis to send more killers after us.
Yep, you're right. We've got to think of something to free us of the Sandrettis for good.
You said it. You know what? I think I'll go and congratulate Oscar and get the pleasure of seeing those 2 thugs behind bars. Are you coming?
No, not right now. You go, and I'll keep thinking of a plan.
All right, see you soon.
See you soon.
Oscar, good work! You managed to catch those 2 bad guys.
Thanks, but I was just doing my job. Those 2 bandits thought they could beat me with a little gun and some knives.
Yeah, they were really fooling themselves. You locked them up in the cell, right?
Yeah, the things they were carrying are in a jail bag on the desk in the office.
Perfect, Oscar. You're a real professional.
Just doing my work. By the way, Brian, from now on, would you mind calling me Sheriff?
Of course not. It would be a pleasure, Sheriff. Hi, guys.
You're the moron behind all this?
Not as much of a moron as you, it seems. This time you've met your match, one would say. Wouldn't you, boys?
You mean that orangutan? He caught us off guard.
He didn't look dangerous with that silly face.
I'd watch my mouth if I were you. If Oscar hears you, I accept no responsibility for his actions.
You're some smart-aleck kid, but you're out of your league. Stop playing funny, boy. You're a dead man.
Yeah, deader than that corpse there behind you.
I don't think you should be threatening anyone at this point. You should be begging! And speaking of that guy back there, take a good look, because that's how you guys are gonna end up. What a waste of time talking to two killers. Okay, examining the stuff those two guys were carrying around may give us some ideas. The canvas is pretty worn out, but I don't think it'll tear. Let me take a look. A gun, 3 loaders, a few knives, brass knuckles, a couple of wallets, and a cell phone. Run-of-the-mill stuff. Sushi.
Yes, Brian.
I brought you everything Gustav and Fyodor had on them. Maybe you can use it to investigate on the internet or something like that.
Okay, as soon as I have time, I'll take a look at it. Leave it on the table for me, please.
All right, it's all inside a jail bag.
Okay.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
Of course I am. Don't you worry. Just do your part and leave the rest up to me. There's an MP3 recorder on the table. Go get it and record those voices, please.
All right, I will.
Okay, don't take too long.
It's small and incredibly light. Okay, let's do it. Hi guys, how's it going?
What kind of game do you think you're playing, kid? Let us go now, and you might get out of this alive.
I'm starving. Aren't you going to feed us? Man, they get better treatment at Shawshank.
By this time, the Sandrettis must be asking themselves why we haven't called in for 2 hours. It won't take them long to send someone out looking for us. Get ready, you worm!
Hey, I think I'm ready to re-enter society. Why don't you let me out so I can integrate and start a new life? The first thing I plan to do is go massacre your whole family.
Why don't you shut your trap, you Russian retard?
Give it a rest, One Eye.
Come on, boys, don't argue. Cellmates are supposed to get along. Done. Now I have the voices of those two recorded.
Give it a rest, One Eye.
What do you think you're gonna do with it?
Hello,
Welcome to my What can Mama?
I'd like to see Gina.
Go ahead. You know where to find her.
Hello, Gina.
Johnny!
You tricked me, you hussy. Now you're gonna die.
Calm down. You were asleep. You must have been having a nightmare.
Yeah, it was horrible. Johnny was rising from his grave to kill me.
There. It's all over now.
Yeah, good thing you got here and saved me from Johnny. You don't look so angry with me anymore.
Well, let's drop that. Listen, come up with a plan for us to keep the money and get rid of the Sandrettis forever. I need to record you saying, "You awful killer! You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves!"
But what for? Explain it to me.
There's no time, Gina. Just trust me. Come on. Let's rehearse once before recording. Let me remind you of the sentence. "You awful killer! You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves!"
You awful lying killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
That was pretty bad, Gina. When you lied to me, you did a much better job. Come on, try again.
You lying killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Better, but it still doesn't sound real. Try it once more.
You lying killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Well, it's no Oscar performance, but it'll do. Wait for me to start recording and say it again.
You lying killer. You killed him, and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Okay, I'm leaving. There's no time to lose. Get ready. I'll come back for you shortly, and we'll go find the money.
Aren't you going to tell me your plans?
Later, I promise. Right now, I have to leave.
All right, but don't take long, please.
No, don't worry. See you soon.
See you.
Now it's all recorded. I should take the recorder to Sushi ASAP so she can implement the plan. Hey, Sushi.
Hi. Did you get the recordings?
Yes, I have it all.
Excellent. Leave the recorder on the desk and give me an hour to organize everything.
Whatever you say. See you in an hour.
Bye.
Seems like it's been an hour to me. All set?
All set. Look at this.
Brian, you're a bag of pond scum.
How does it sound?
Wonderful, Sushi. And you said I was unbelievable. You're the amazing one.
Well, it's no big deal. I ended up using Gustav's voice because he seemed like the thug leading the show. We'll make the call using my computer, but the computer has a system that will make them think they're receiving the call from Gustav and Theodore's cell phone. I've also prepared the sample of Gina with a few touch-ups, including gunshot sound effects I added in. Let's go. I hope everything turns out okay.
I'm sure it will, Sushi. I trust you.
It's about time. What the heck is up?
We nabbed him.
Well, have you gotten the information out of him?
It's what we suspected, boss. Johnny told that floozy where the money was hidden before we did away with him.
I knew it. So, what about the cash? Do you have it back?
Bad news, Chief. The money's history.
What? What do you mean it's history?
Let me explain, boss. When we got here and found that bimbo and her little friend, we decided to follow them without them seeing us. You know, to see if they'd lead us to the cash.
And?
And it worked, boss. We followed them to an old abandoned mine, and apparently that's where Johnny hid the booty after the heist. We caught him by surprise exiting the mine with 2 huge trunks, but this stupid mule Theodore jumped the gun, as usual, and shot too soon.
You useless, incompetent donkeys!
Theodore missed, and they ran back into the mine. We chased after him and trapped him at the end of the mine shaft full of boxes. Boxes of dynamite, that is. I screamed at Theodore, "Don't shoot!" But that dimwit of a Russian had already fired a gunload of bullets. The whole place turned into an inferno in 1 second. We ran out and escaped from the mine by an inch.
Stupid morons.
The whole mine blew to bits with the floozy and that idiot inside. And the money, unfortunately. I'm sorry, boss. The way we left that place, there was no way to get the money out, and...
You lying killer. You killed him, and now you want to keep the money for yourself.
What was that? Gustav, you filthy rat! That was the girl who was screaming! Gustav! Gustav! You won't steal a cent from me!
Perfect. The seed has been sown.
Cool. Oh, and thanks for calling me an idiot.
I'm sorry, but it has to be credible.
It doesn't matter. This came off great.
It sure did. Excuse my lack of modesty, but I did a wonderful job here. And you don't even know about the icing on the cake yet.
What icing?
Listen, and try not to fall to the floor and kiss my feet. I hacked into a Swiss bank and created an account under Gustav and Theodore's names with a balance of $20 million. I printed up a receipt from the account and stuck it into Gustav's wallet. It's hidden well enough that he won't find it before the right time. Tomorrow, I'll instruct Oscar to take the killers out of the jail, blindfold them, and take them far away from here. I'll tell him to abandon them on some remote highway, but to make sure he gives them their stuff back first. Either I'm way off here, or the Sandrettis will soon find them. I wouldn't want to be in their skin when the Sandrettis find the receipt from the Swiss bank.
Simply brilliant, Sushi. You never cease to amaze me. The only thing is, I'll have to lend Oscar the thug's car. I thought I'd use it myself to pick up Gina and go straight to the Mojave Bank before having a panic attack, but...
Oh, take it. It doesn't matter. Oscar can just take one of my Hummers tomorrow.
One of your Hummers?
Yeah, I have 3 in the barn, so that's all worked out. Anyway, let me tell you something. I hate goodbyes. I always end up in tears. So I'd rather just stay here by my computer instead of watching you leave, okay?
Thanks for everything, Sushi. I'll never forget you.
Goodbye, Brian. Please come back someday. And send me some email. My address is sushidouglas@hotmail.com.
Of course I'll write to you, Sushi. So long.
Farewell.
Sheriff, I've got a mosey. I've got an urgent mission elsewhere. I'm taking the prisoner's car, all right?
Sure. The keys are in the ignition.
About those two guys in there, just follow Sushi Douglas's orders. She's the mayor of Douglasville.
I'll do that.
See you soon, Oscar.
Adios, amigo.
Goodbye, Brian.
We'll miss you.
He was gay, wasn't he, man? What?
It's amazing how Sushi helped me put all the pieces together, isn't it? She's an amazing girl. I picked up Gina at Mama Dorita's house. Her leg had almost totally healed, so we headed for the Mojave Bank. We got there at dusk. That wouldn't be a problem. Sushi made sure it was the kind of bank where customers can do transactions at any time of day. We were pretty scared, but it turned out getting the money was simpler than we expected. Can you believe it? There I was, driving a car stolen from a bunch of murderers with a beautiful woman at my side and 20 million bucks in the trunk. Las Vegas was close by, so we headed that way. We ditched the car and checked into a luxury hotel. Throwing caution to the wind, Gina insisted we get the best room in the hotel, the honeymoon suite, obviously for newlyweds. So, we signed in under bogus names, pretending we just got hitched. Let me tell you guys, that sure made up for the bad days I've had. Gina and I, well, let's just say we had time to get more up close and personal. One morning when we went down to breakfast, we read in the newspaper that two guys' bodies had shown up, riddled with bullets in a New York alley. Their description left no room for doubt. It was definitely Gustav and Fyodor. They didn't give any further information in the paper, but I can imagine what went down.
Stop lying, you leeches. Where's the money?
I swear we don't have it, Don Roberto. That tramp's little friend is smarter than we thought. He framed us.
So what about that telephone call?
I never made that call, Don Roberto.
You filthy mutt. Do you think I can't recognize your scratchy, betraying voice, you cellar rat?
We aren't lying, Don Carlo. We would never betray you guys. Roberto, perhaps they aren't deceiving us. Gustav and Fyodor are our best men, and they've always been loyal.
I know, Carlo. I know. But unfortunately, loyalty comes at a hefty premium these days. And I guess losing it for $20 million isn't a bad deal. So let's see if your faithful boys have an explanation for this. It was tucked away very nicely in Gustav's wallet.
Hey, you scumbags. Hey, nobody laughs at Carlos Andretti to his face. No, Don Carlo, don't do it.
Hey! Damn it, Carlo. If they're dead, we'll never get back the money.
I don't care. We got more than enough dough. The most important thing is that nobody else will be enjoying our money.
Everything turned out all right after all. And frankly, I felt no remorse for those two killers. I was just sorry the Sandrettis didn't get what they deserved, too. Anyway, even though it was unlikely that the Sandrettis would follow up on the matter, it was safer for Gina to take a long vacation where nobody'd recognize her. The Cayman Islands seemed like the perfect place. Gina insisted I go with her, but well, look, I just couldn't. I'd worked so hard to earn my chance to study at Berkeley. I couldn't just throw it all away.
We made it. Brian, are you sure you don't want to come with me?
No, Gina. I worked really hard to be able to come here, and I can't just let it all go by the wayside.
Whatever you want. I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you, too. But it's for the best. This is where I belong.
You could always take a year off and then...
That wouldn't work. Be happy, Gina. See you soon.
I'd be happier with stubborn old you. Goodbye.
Why do I feel like a total idiot? What did you forget now?
Well, something tells me you're dying to come with me. Am I right?
Maybe, but what about you?
What about me?
Are you dying for me to go with you?
Of course. You know that's silly.
Well, now that I think about it, Berkeley's been here for over 100 years, so I guess it can wait 1 year more. Surprised, aren't you? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Ryan's the kind of geek who'd rather be studying at Berkeley than to party with a hot girl. Well, I admit I almost did. But at the last minute, I heard a little voice say something I heard in a movie a long time ago. In the film, the main character reaches the conclusion that there are times in life when you have to know when to say, what the heck?
Hey, darling. Can you rub some lotion on my back?
Of course, dear. I'll be right with you. Well, friends, now I must bid you farewell. As you can see, duty calls. I hope I haven't bored you too much with this little adventure story. So, I'll be seeing you real soon, okay?
Brian, are you coming?
Yep. So, like I said, friend, see you soon.